Rabindranath Tagore was born in 1861 in Calcutta, India. He was born into a family of scholars, social reformers, and entrepreneurs as the 14th child. He was homeschooled because the atmosphere in the classroom didn't promote creativity, and it was more restricted. When Rabindranath Tagore was 17, he was sent to England for formal schooling, but he dropped out to resume his self-education. In the 1880s, Tagore published a steady stream of poems, novels, and stories. This had a profound impact on his native Bengal, but were little known outside. In 1912, Rabindranath Tagore carried some translations of his poems to England. He showed them to an Irish poet named William Butler Yeats, who gave the poems his endorsement. In 1913, Rabindranath Tagore won the Nobel Prize for Literature. He was the first non-European to win this. He won the Nobel Prize for his book Gitanjali. In 1915, Rabindranath Tagore was knighted by the ruling British government. But in 1919, Rabindranath Tagore renounced his knighthood as a protest to the Amritsar massacre that happened earlier that year. During the Amritsar massacre, British soldiers fired on an unarmed crowd. Rabindranath Tagore's understanding of other countries was deepened by his extensive travels abroad. He made 4 trips to the United States and many more to Europe. He visited Japan several times, went to China, traveled through West and Southeast Asia, and also went to South America. And in 1930, he spent several weeks in Russia. Rabindranath Tagore died in 1941, but after his death, his songs are still sung in Bengal. His stories and poems are now available in decent English translations, and one of his poems serves as the national anthem of India and another as the national anthem of Bangladesh.
In what language is most of Tagore's work written?
His creative work is almost exclusively written in Bengali. Bengali was his mother tongue, but some of his work not creative. I think very few non-creative works are written in English.
What is Tagore's relationship to Gandhi?
Tagore admired Gandhi, and that was mutual. Gandhi also admired Tagore. It is said the title Mahatma, Great Soul, was conferred by Tagore on Gandhi. And Gandhi used to call him Gurudev, the super teacher. But somehow they differed on mostly political points, political matters. For Tagore, independence from British Raj was not the most important thing. He was more of an internationalist.
Why did Tagore not send his children to regular school?
You see, he had his experience. Most of the time as a young child and then adolescent, he didn't like the schools which were offered at that time, which were existing at that time. He was mostly a self-taught man. Of course, there were teachers who came to their house and taught him, and he saw the schools, first of all, the atmosphere in the school, and then what was taught there. The atmosphere in the schools did not encourage creativity. not freedom of thinking. It was mostly you learn these texts and then you memorize these texts. So this thing he didn't like. And the other thing was he didn't like the atmosphere, that means the physical atmosphere of the school in a classroom, sitting there completely you don't have a sitting in a room and not having nature as your friend.
And why did he resign being knighted by the British government?
Yeah, why did he? You see, the British committed a massacre in Amritsar in the year 1919. As you know, in 1913, he won a Nobel Prize for Literature. He was the first Asian to be honored by Nobel Prize. And after that, the British government made him a knight, Sir Rabindranath Tagore. But after this massacre in Amritsar, in Punjab, he said, no, this is too much. A government which does such a thing, of that government I don't want to have any honor. So he gave it back.